And we are getting to those latest pictures of Tata Group's chairman Natarajan Chandrasekaran, who has met with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This is before the formal takeover of Air India. The chairperson of the board of Tata Sons, who has announced that and also has been awarded the Padma Shri, has met with Prime Minister Modi before Air India's scheduled takeover on the 27th of January. And in this development, the Indian government will now hand over Air India to the Tata Group after nearly 69 years that it was taken from the conglomerate, and a formal announcement regarding the same will also be made at some point. But that is the first picture on your screens where Tata Group has taken the first step towards the reacquisition of Air India. Abhishek Kapoor, Senior Executive Editor, now joining us on the phone line. And Abhishek, certainly I would say a historic picture there, because it is after 69 years that Tata Sons will be reacquiring Air India.
Well, absolutely. A historic moment there, Suresha, and Tata Sons getting Air India back, as you rightly mentioned, after 69 years. It was on 8th of October, I believe, that the Tata Group won the bid, beating its nearest rival by about 3,000 crore rupees, Tata winning by 18,000 crore rupees, and the next rival, next bidder, I think Ajay Singh-led SpiceJet Group, was about 15,000 crores against the minimum bid price of 13,000 crores that was put by the government. So it's only natural that the Tatas get it back. Tatas get Air India Express, and Air India SATS, I believe, which is a ground service provider company of the Air India corporate body. And today what happens is, as we see in the pictures, the Tata Sons chairman N. Chandrasekaran meeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the 7 LKM residence of the Prime Minister. And COVID protocols being followed, but that's as an aside. What is important is that the Tata Sons formally take over the company today. So what happens is that the Air India board and the Tata Group board meet, and the handover happens, after which the Air India Group gets dissolved. So far as customers are concerned, the Air India aircrafts might not be flying with the Tata Group flag from tomorrow itself. It will be over a period of time. Certain issues would need to be resolved. But I think what is happening is some sort of happy meal is going to be served on the Air India flights beginning today. So transition there happening, a legacy airline going back to the Tata Group.
That is true, and certainly something that frequent flyers must also feel a little excited about. Abhishek, stay on with us. Shaurya is also joining us from the newsroom, because Shaurya, the one question on everyone's mind is, when will Air India flights fly under the Tata Group's banner? And as Abhishek also mentioned, the enhanced meal service that will be served on the Mumbai-Newark flight and 5 Mumbai-Delhi flights from Friday is what we are hearing.
Yes, absolutely. This picture that we have here of the chairman of Tata Sons, N. Chandrasekaran, meeting Prime Minister Modi is symbolizing a big change, where the return of Maharaja is coming back to the Tatas. Now, we know that this particular airlines was initiated by JRD Tata, and through government takeover, it was again nationalized and government took over this particular airlines. But after winning the technical and financial bid in 2021, Tatas finally are taking over. And this particular picture, formally, the Tatas are going to take over this particular airlines. Now, what exactly is the term of operations, how the financials, which were constrained during the time of government's takeover, has to be seen by the Tata Group, and how the revival of this particular airlines will take place is going to be a big challenge. But this is a big positive news, because the disinvestment that the government was aiming for was finally took finally in 2021, and with this picture we can see that formal takeover has taken place, and a big shift of power, a big chance of revival of Air India, and the ultimate impact on the airline industry can be expected here. Back to you.
Oh yes, absolutely. And Shaurya, as we stay on with this picture, Abhishek still continues to be with us, because Abhishek, really want to know more from you on what may be new once Air India is under the Tata Group again. Enhanced meal service, of course, is something you mentioned, and that will operate in 4 flights from Mumbai. And of course, the Mumbai-Newark flight also. But then again, what are the changes one can expect while flying Air India once it is under the Tata Group?
Well, Suresha, as I mentioned,